So Matt Ryan today, joining the CBS family. Welcome aboard, Matt Ryan. He's going to be a studio host and also a game analyst. However, in his tweet announcing this, he said, but this isn't a retirement post. So
he wants to play more, but no one has signed him yet.
I guess, but so what are you going to do? Are you going to have a full slate here with CBS and it's all contingent on, but in week 7, if someone gets hurt and I get called off the couch, all right, bye? Or I think you'll find someone to fill in for me for the rest of the year?
I think he'll be a studio guy. Is that the sense we're getting?
Studio and game.
Studio and game.
It's going to be a mix.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen guys come out of the booth before. Jeff Saturday, coach.
I know, and that was a terrible idea, but also he was only coach. I mean, listen,
Jay Cutler did it.
But ESPN, I guess Jay had not officially taken the job yet.
No, he'd taken the job. He was second in command. They'd done a full practice game, and it was August. He was the B crew for Fox.
Yeah, and then he got out the Dolphins job.
He pulled out, right?
Which is weird because then Jay never got another shot.
Yes.
I guess maybe you shouldn't want to tick off Fox.
Well, no, that might be. Yeah, that's probably right. You probably didn't get him mad because everyone said Jay Cutler was a burgeoning superstar.
I had heard that too, that he was very comfortable. But so okay, anyway, details, schmeetails. We'll all figure it out.
It is important to me.
Oh, it's important to you
because I need Matt Ryan to go back and play for one more season.
Why?
Because I have become the guy on the bullhorn saying Matt Ryan should be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh.
And here's why. He's actually number 7 on the all-time passing list right now. He's at 62,792 yards. All he needs is another 1,000 yards, basically, and he'll pass Phillip Rivers and Ben Roethlisberger and become the 5th all-time passer.
Okay, but nobody in their right mind thinks that Matt Ryan is a better quarterback than Ben Roethlisberger. And if you want to have a Phillip Rivers debate, I'll have it with you. But I think Rivers was better.
Okay, but both of those guys are in the Hall of Fame. And guess who's going to join him there?
I know, but Roethlisberger... First of all, he's a 2-time Super Bowl champ.
No, I'm not arguing, but he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Roethlisberger's getting in, yes.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
First ballot. They might ding him a little bit because of the off-the-field stuff.
I'll bet you all the money I have, he's a first ballot.
Okay, you might be
He's a quarterback.
I'm not going to quibble with you. But Phillip Rivers might not get in first ballot. That might be a little tougher. Never an MVP, never a Super Bowl appearance. Matt Ryan is not a Hall of Famer.
Yes, but he will be a Hall of Famer.
He will not. And neither will Matthew Stafford.
Stafford, I'm not as sure on, but Ryan, I'm sure on.
Okay, but see, here's the thing about Ryan. You have comps here to Matt Ryan.
Right.
Of people, his biggest comps are guys who are not in the Hall of Fame. So his biggest comp would probably be our pal down the hall, our friend Boomer Esiason, who was also an MVP, who also went to a Super Bowl and lost, who also was a 4-time Pro Bowler, who also, when he retired, was the 7th all-time in passing yards. And Boomer's not in. I mean, Steve McNair was an MVP, lost in a Super Bowl in a heartbreaking fashion, was a Pro Bowler. He's not in. Ken Anderson's not in. Your boy Donovan McNabb's not in. There's other guys. If you're not going to win a Super Bowl, you really got to be much, much more, I think, than what Ryan was.
Okay. Let me just tell you who actually his real comps for a career are. This is statistically. Dan Marino, John Elway, Phillip Rivers, Fran Tarkenton, Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, Joe Montana. This is from Pro Football Reference. And they have a Hall of Fame meter statistical category, and he is extremely high. He is.
Do you think that he might have played in the same era as Aaron Rodgers? There's no way that we never had the debate who's better, Matt Ryan or Aaron Rodgers.
No. But statistically, I guess he comes in close to it. Did I say Aaron Rodgers? Was he on that list?
You said Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, right. Okay, Aaron Rodgers on that list. Right. Statistically, he's in that category. He is in the top 10 all-time in passing yards. He's in top 10 in comebacks. He's actually 4th. And the people ahead of him, I believe, are Manning, Brady, and Favre or something crazy. He's in elite category.
But how long is he going to be top 10 in passing yards? That is like blowing in the wind. That stat just doesn't hold anymore. Here's the thing about Marino. If you want to do passing yards, he led the NFL in passing yards 5 times. He led the NFL in touchdowns 3 times and passer rating once. Matt Ryan led in passer rating once. You hate compilers. When Ryan was playing, and listen, I sound like I'm disrespecting him. I'm not. Matt Ryan had an excellent career. He'll have money forever. His grandkids are going to have money forever because he was in the NFL. Great for him. But he's not elite.
Well, I mean, he definitely was elite. He was an elite quarterback.
Well, he had an all-time year in 2016 where he got everything. He got the MVP. He made an all-pro.
Yeah.
He went to the Super Bowl. But that was 1 year peak.
Well, I mean, listen, the guy had double-digit wins his first 6 seasons in the NFL. He was a really high-level winning quarterback. He made it to one Super Bowl, which he blew at half. He was up 28-3. And then he was one pass away, if we just seen Tony Gonzalez in the end zone, from making another Super Bowl.
See, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
He has these numbers, but he also was playing with great players. So this isn't like a Tim Brown situation where he was a wide receiver, played with 20 different quarterbacks. Yeah. Like, he had Hall of Famers around him, too. I bet Julio might get in the Hall of Fame. Obviously, Tony Gonzalez is in.
Well, yeah, but Tony, listen, it wasn't exactly the youngest Tony Gonzalez with him at all times. Matt Ryan, I think the only argument really against him is Kyle Shanahan was the reason Matt Ryan was so good. But I
didn't think about that.
I think everybody underestimates what quarterbacks are, how easily quarterbacks are going to get voted in, because they have the ball in their hand every play. They're so much more important than every other position.
Sure.
I think the Hall of Fame is going to recognize them, and all of these guys are getting in. Everybody. I think Eli's getting in. I think Ben's getting in. I think Rivers is getting in. I think Matt Ryan's getting in, because they are just more important. You're going to put them against really good players at other positions, and there's just no way. There's no safety in the game who impacted football like Matt Ryan.
I understand it, but I'm thinking during Matt Ryan's career, did I ever think of him as being even the top 5 best quarterback in the league while he was playing?
Well, I got to tell you right now, it's going to go 10 to 12 deep of Hall of Famers.
No, but like, Eli Manning's a different thing, right? Because he's got the 2 Super Bowls. They beat the undefeated Patriots. Like, his last name's Manning. He's a totally separate case. I think that Matt Ryan is he's Hall of very good.
I think Hall of very good for a quarterback gets you in. I just think he's going to be in.
Because I don't put him on the same level as like even a Dan Fouts or a Warren Moon or like obviously Marino. Marino to me also was like trailblazer type.
These are huge.
I'm talking about other guys who never won Super Bowls. That's
what I'm saying. Marino, yeah, you just named Hall of Famers.
That's what I'm saying. I don't put Matt Ryan in that category when I think about guys who are really good who never won Super Bowls, right?
Yeah. But I think, first of all, he's right on the heels of Warren Moon. Warren Moon had good years and had bad years. I think you could make the argument. And Fouts had a very short shelf life. But Marino's Marino. That's like comparing someone to Montana.
No, but I know. But you said statistically on Pro Football, whatever you were on, that he does rate as, that he does compare to Marino. That sounds like bogus to me.
So look at this year's class.
Or Aaron Rodgers. That just doesn't matter. That can't be right.
You're telling me these guys had more of an impact on the NFL than Matt Ryan, who is a multi-Pro Bowl time quarterback. This year's class was Cliff Branch from the Raiders, Leroy Butler, a buddy, Sam Mills, the linebacker, defensive end Richard Seymour, Dick Vermeil, and defensive tackle Bryant Young.
Listen,
those guys.
Do you want it to just be a quarterback? Like
you're going to put you're going to put Bryant Young against Matt Ryan. I'm telling you, in that room, people are going to vote for Matt Ryan. Well, because he had a huge impact on the game.
Did he, or was he just a good quarterback?
I mean, Matt Ryan was a factor for a long time. Yeah, he was a good quarterback.
He had 5 playoff appearances. He took his team to the playoffs 5 times.
I mean, I think, he was a good quarterback. He was a really good.
He's a good quarterback. Thank you.
MVP.
And he was an MVP, but there have been a lot of MVPs who I named: Boomer, Steve McNair, Ken Anderson. These guys.
Ken Anderson should definitely be in the Hall.
Okay, we can talk about Ken Anderson. He probably should be in the Hall.
All old timers always say Ken Anderson should be in the Hall. You and I have,
but Ken Anderson not being in the Hall so that Matt Ryan can eventually get into the Hall doesn't make any sense.
I'm not saying should or shouldn't be. I'm saying Matt Ryan will be wearing that gold jacket. I am telling you right now. You might as well
just make it a quarterback Hall of Fame, because that's what we would be doing there.